Hi guys, how are you all doing? So I'm coming here today to do a little chat with you all, bit of an April energy update for those of you that are on your awakening journeys, going through this ascension energy, going through these changes, and yeah, you may be struggling with some of that energy. And obviously in this one, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the way it will affect our mental health. I feel like that's something that's not really spoken about that openly, but I feel like that's obviously one of my callings because that's something that I do struggle with. And I feel like sometimes you can only advise so much from your personal experiences and just relating to others in an open and honest way. And I personally feel like the mental health and the symptoms that can bring for both, like in a physical and emotional way, are not often understood properly and dismissed by many. So this is just me wanting to be open and honest with you guys, and I appreciate that everyone is different and will be on different journeys and will experience things in a different way. At the end of the day, we are all here to master different lessons. And I do believe our sensitivity, it is a blessing, although it can definitely feel like it's not, and it's more like a curse at times. And sometimes it's a feeling of being different to others. And, a lot of us that I think are a lot more sensitive, we can be sensitive to like energies and the emotions of others and the spiritual world around us. And yeah, not everyone will feel things in the same way. And so during April, obviously, we're partway through, coming up on the 16th, 17th, we have got a full moon coming up. So probably in around 10, 11 days, depending on where you are. And kind of a bit like the moon, I just feel like it swells in the sky, it gets bigger and bigger. And I think so can our emotions building up to that and our feelings, because I've recently just been feeling, I've been feeling a feeling of like plodding along, but I kind of am feeling like I've got certain thoughts coming round in my mind a lot, and it's like a washing machine that like the thoughts literally keep going round and round. And sometimes like the mind is quieter, but other days I can feel like it really strong and I'm overthinking and thinking about a lot of things, or even about people or situations and how that's affecting me. And yeah, it's just a lot, and I'm kind of definitely struggling to kind of detach from some of that stuff or energy that's not mine, that I'm carrying or that I'm feeling. So I am, really trying hard to let some of that go and find ways to move forward. And it can be hard because some days it's like we can feel so much that, like last night I was literally just sat on my iPad, which goes against everything. I'm like, no, don't spend much time on electrics. They're not good for you. They're not good. And I was still there. I was just like trying to find something to look at to almost like distract me and take me away from what I was feeling. And I was like, I was aware of it, but it was deep to deal with. And please feel free, by the way, when I'm talking throughout this video, to share in the comments how this energy is affecting you. Like, what are you going through? Are any of these symptoms or things I'm describing similar to how you're feeling? So yeah, that was a difficult one because I just knew like I'm trying to avoid in a sense what I'm feeling, but sometimes it is a really numb feeling as well. Like sometimes, we can just break down and cry, but other times it's like this energy just builds up inside you, and it's like I sometimes honestly feel like I can't cry or let that energy out. I do feel better if I've done more or been around people or done something with a purpose sometimes, or even if it is just a bit of exercise or whatever. But I know I'm so sensitive that where I am, like the weather's gone a bit downhill, like the last kind of week, colder, grayer, wetter, and that really affects my mood. Like seriously, I literally get so much more depressed when the weather's not nice. I don't know why, it just makes me feel like there's not as much hope. I don't have as much energy. So again, like I know that I'm designed to have sun around me, even if it's not particularly really hot, but just that brightness, it makes such a difference. And Another thing I kind of want to raise in this video, this is like a hand on heart. I've been wanting to say this like for quite a while, but again, it's just timing with the video and when I was going to say it. So basically, I've been recently getting like a lot of thoughts go around in my mind, and sometimes I think, is it because I see certain things online or hear other people talking about certain things? And some of it as well is just like my curiosity and how my mind works, that it goes really, really, really deep. And sometimes I've literally been sat here questioning, although I have like my beliefs and, I do believe there is more to existence than, many believe. I've really been questioning things, like seriously questioning things. And I'm trying not to, because you can really end up going down a certain path and like it's like you question everything. So it's like, okay, if I believe in spirits, I believe in the sixth sense, I believe there is more to existence, like there's a higher consciousness or power, shall we say, that like, is the higher good for all kind of thing. There's other realms, existence, etc. Just to summarize in a short brief, But then I'm like, yeah, but who created that? Yeah, but where did it come from? Like, who's in charge of it? Like, it's weird the way the brain works. And then I'm like, yeah, but then I know I experienced that and I know, but then I'm like, yeah, but is it? Like, do you know, like, literally you start questioning yourself. And I know this is the universal year of 6. Like, it is a lot of focus on our third eye, like visions and, questioning things. It is that kind of energy, but oh my God, like, I was seriously, when you think to yourself and it's like, then other people have their views and opinions, for instance, say it might be the opposite to mine. And then I'm like, oh gosh, yeah. And literally, and I heard someone say this the other day, and it was like, sometimes it's like you can feel like, not everyone might relate to this, but you've had enough of living on the physical plane and it's like, it's too much. But then you're also scared of, okay, where to then? Because it's like, if you don't finish what you came here to do, like, how do I know where I'm going to go is going to be better or what's in store for me next? And I literally was playing it through in my mind and I was like, this is a constant, like, this is like an escape game, but where is the escape? Like, is there really a permanent escape button? Like, is there really going to be this place of joy and bliss that, like, I believe and I have, believe there is, like, or is it just going to be forever this like blooming like school of lessons and this, it can just feel like too much. And I was like, it's so like what I can really see how sometimes these thoughts can literally send people into like a full-on nervous breakdown. And I'm just like, you really start questioning everything. Like, seriously, I've just been having a lot of deep thoughts, or like, say I have a belief on something and then I feel good about that. And obviously when I say my beliefs at the time, because we never know, like in 5, 10 years, 20 years, my beliefs could change or I could feel differently about things. And that's why I'm always the kind of person that's accepting like everyone will have their own beliefs and views on things. And that's fine, because we all have our own unique lens that we're designed to see things through. We're not all meant to see things the same or experience the same things. So I don't like that energy sometimes when people try and be more controlling and be like, yes, it's this way, or you're gonna, suffer, No, like, let people find their own way and what suits them. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share, just about these like kind of overwhelming thoughts. And it honestly, a couple of times it's nearly brought me to tears, because it just feels really sad. Like, what is, do you know what I mean? And I guess my message with this and some of this anxiety and overwhelming thoughts that, we can be going through, and symptoms, they are in an emotional, I guess, in a mental sense, but then physically they take our toll on us, because it can deplete us of energy at times. It can leave us feeling tense, stressed. We might not want to go out. We might feel like we don't want to exist in this because it can feel too much. On top of that, then you're having like all the different energies that are affecting the planet, and different people are different ways along their journeys, which is great because we're all unique. But I think I wanted to share that with you all, to let you know that, sometimes this can come up, and all these different thoughts and feelings. And one thing that has kind of helped is I have like done a bit more journaling when some of these intrusive thoughts come over me. And I just want to share that at the end of the day, when we feel like things are too much, I guess my way of coping and dealing with this, or, you know, what advice could I give to others, would be, at the end of the day, when we have nothing else, like that could be like physically, mentally, emotionally, like spiritually, we feel like, you know, we have nothing left in us, is to try and hold on to some hope, because that to me means just hold on, because the pain ends. I can't promise you when or where that will be, but hold on, because pain will end. There will always be a brighter day. You know, even after a storm, like the sun still has to come back up eventually. Can't say when it'll be. And just to have faith in yourself and your existence, and I guess in a higher energy or power that is of a pure nature, and have hope and faith that, you know, things will improve for you no matter where you are on your journey, and no matter where you are and what you're feeling right now. That is the only kind of hope and empowerment I want to give you, is to hold on to that thought. You know, when all the other thoughts take over, just think of something that may be beautiful to you in that moment. And if nothing else, you know, like, it just reminds us, like, just hold on, because eventually pain will end for us. So I want to send that message out to you guys. I would love to know how some of you guys are feeling with this current energy, or maybe what you're going through at the minute. I've just tried to summarize this in a short video, because sometimes when I do longer ones, I have trouble like editing and uploading them. So it is a bit hard because I have so much to say and I'm trying to condense it down. But thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear from you guys, what everyone's going through, because it can feel really lonely at times like this as well, especially for those of us that haven't got a support around us, or friends or family. So guys, thank you so much. Take care.